Alright, so today we're playing a religiously based science game. Yes, that's right, a religious science game. So if that sounds interesting, stick around. If you want to get good at Civ 6, subscribe and click the bell to keep up with the channel. Alright, so clearly this isn't the first video in a series. We've been at it for a while. If you did stumble across this video and you want to check that out, I'll throw a link in the top right corner there that you can catch up on what you missed. Otherwise, the TLDR version is we're doing this strategy. We're emulating something that a Chinese player has successfully completed a Deity game and gathering store on the Science Victory in 161 turns. We definitely are not going to get it that fast, but we're going to do our best. I'm really aiming for a sub 200 science win here. We're going to do our best. I've never been able to do that in Gathering Storm as of yet, so I'm feeling really positive. This game is going good so far. The concept that is that we use a religion to boost our faith, and then we chain golden ages and we're able to buy builders with our faith and settlers, etc, etc. This is our second back-to-back golden age. However, it was really unfortunate that we ended up being like 20 era score over our golden age in the previous age, like heading into the medieval era. So we have a really tall order ahead of us. We need to get up to 128 in order to secure our golden age for the Renaissance, and that is a tall drink of water. Like, I am not sure whether we're going to be able to do it. We're at 85 at the moment. We do have some tricks up our sleeve. We know where the last civilization is, so we're going to get a bonus here for meeting them, and we're going to be headed over there soon with our scout, so that'll be some extra air score for us. Plus we should be able to circumnavigate, I believe, as long as there's not too many barbarians. If there is, we're going to take one of our new, actually, now that I'm thinking about it right now, we're going to go ahead and sell off some more of our resources. Or no, we cleaned them all out. Sorry. Next turn, we're going to sell off some more of our resources, and we're going to use that to buy a boat to start going and exploring with. We're actually going to buy a quadrime if we can afford it. It's 480 gold off the top of my head, I believe, and that's because there's a civic thing in here, or a Eureka, I forget, that's like kill a unit with a quadrime. There we go. I mean, it's not the end of the world to hard research this if we need to. However, it just hopefully will survive a little bit more too with all the barbarians that are out there. At least if we have a quadrime of our own, we have a chance, whereas galleys are a little bit underpowered. Alright, so here we are going to go ahead and just keep building farms in our capital. We're still one turn away from Magnus being established here, so we'll skip the turn. Ooh, catastrophic. Where is this one? Hold on. What did Peter take? Who did Peter conquer? Oh, I usually thought, I guess he conquered a city-state, but we haven't met it yet.
Touching upon the power of kings with this axiom of divinity. That is to
Alright, so let's go ahead here. We've gotten the government of monarchy, but we're not going to be using it. As we already said, it's really shitty for us unless we're at war. I just noticed too, though, that leave it to the Maori. You know, actually, let's give them a round of applause. They at least settled on water a lot better than the fucking dumpster fire that Korea made over here. Yeah, right here, where they didn't even settle on water when, at the time, this city was not here. So they could have literally settled right here on the fresh water and gotten a luxury resource. But, you know, that's the much better option. I definitely see what they were going for there. Anyway, so kind of my fault for leaving it a little bit too late here. However, it will work in our favor. It looks like they're going to rebel in 7 turns, and with us settling more and more cities in here, it's going to make that more and more likely a possibility. So we'll have to rework things here now. So these tiles here are complete garbage, so we'll go ahead and do that and get those out of the way. I'm just taking a look here. I really want to save as many of these volcano tiles as possible, considering it's active now, and so they are going to be getting buffed. I think I don't normally do this, but I think I will go ahead and settle an aqueduct city here. This gives us an excuse to go ahead and get an industrial zone here. That was one of the quests for the city-state, and in my opinion, you want to at least get an industrial zone spread throughout your empire. Don't go too crazy on them, however, just enough to maintain power. So if you are going to get them, again, you want to get them early so that you can like reap the rewards essentially of the investment of production that they are. So let's go ahead. We're going to plan to put an aqueduct here since we need one anyway. Let's plan to put a dam right here. And then because we want to save these volcano tiles, we're going to fill in all of our districts around here anyways to make this aqueduct, make this industrial zone as good as we can. Let's go ahead and plan to put our campus here, and then a theater square here. We're not even going to do a holy site because we're getting an industrial zone, and there's just not that many tiles in it, so we're going to prioritize culture and science because we actually are going for science victory anyway. So in the meantime, when the city does flip though, let's take advantage of all the nice chopping materials they have here. So let's go ahead and plan to put some sort of wonder here. We'll figure that out later as to which exact one, but then we can put our theater square from this city here, and then do science, and then I guess might as well go ahead and get another commercial hub here, as we'll probably be chopping this stuff, and the holy site wouldn't be worth it. But yeah, it looks like a decent plan for me. Sort of when life gives you lemons, make some lemonade, right? Alright, so in that case, let's get this settler headed to the new location here. Now, oh fuck me. I'm a certain kind of special. Alright, so I just realized that we've been waiting for this chops to get all the magnets to get in place to get the Great Library, and we don't even have the campus in place yet, and our population's not at 4. So I'm not going to hold my breath anymore about getting it. I will try to get it, so let's think about what we can do here. I guess we can swap over ownership of the farm tile here. Let's go ahead and get the builder to remove the farm, and we'll harvest the rice next turn. Now, I guess we're going to have to use one of these tiles for helping to produce. Oh my god, Jinx again? Fuck me. Oh, my dog just farted and it's bad today. Yeah, that's you. Oh my. Ugh. Anyways, we'll save this chop until next turn, and we'll use it to hopefully put it into getting the campus quicker. With any luck, let's just make sure that they're on food. And again, I always say you want to double check before you're doing any chopping to make sure that the tiles are owned properly, and they are, but it's better to measure twice and cut once, I always say. So at least we got that in the bank. Now, as far as what we're going to go, we are wanting to head towards theocracy as quickly as we can, to Reformed Church, in order to get simultaneum here, the policy card that is going to really help us ramp our faith up. However, we still have to wait to build those 2 markets to get the boost for guilds, and seeing as how we are going to get that boost and have stuff in place to do so immediately, what we'll do is go ahead and switch into moving towards exploration, since we'll be going there already, and we've already completed these 2 prerequisites. Not to mention, we're not going to be building an encampment, so we'd be hard researching the military training anyway. So with that being said, we are going to change our government here, though, or our policy cards. We're going to switch out of charismatic leader and drop in diplomatic league here. The rest of these are okay the way they are. So now this is going to be the big test I was talking about earlier. I'm pretty sure that this is going to work. I'm not 100% positive, but we have Amani in Jerusalem. However, she's technically not, like, we technically have not given them a single envoy yet. So I'm pretty sure that this envoy will work with that diplomatic league, and I'm pretty sure this will bump us up to 4, because our first envoy is going to count as 2. But time will tell here. Let's go ahead and drop it in.
Under the white cliffs,
Nice, and that is the sound of success. We got some more air score there. We found the cliffs of Dover, because I guess it's by them, and we became their first suzerain, so that's nice. An added bonus too is Jerusalem's actually a pretty beast of city-state here. Their suzerain bonus is your cities with holy sites exert pressure as if they were holy cities, 4 times the religion pressure on all cities within 10 tiles. So that is really helpful, especially in a religion game. Obviously, it goes without saying. However, with us, it will act as a good buffer, because our cities will be that much, exert that much more pressure, will be that much more likely to just naturally convert other cities, which hopefully then the other AIs will concentrate on converting those cities instead of our own cities, which we want to keep on our religion. Anyway, we got that taken care of. We're dealing with our little kerfuffle here. Now, I'm definitely not holding my breath that we're going to be getting this great library anymore. But we'll focus on trying to get the Petra for sure. We'll get Magnus to head over there. Let's take a look at how much is it going to cost faith-wise to get a settler here. We're up to 570 faith. So it looks like we're a little, either 2 turns or 2 or 3 turns away from buying the settler there. Let's go ahead and get this T resource online. And then here, I'm going to flag these so I don't forget about it, because these are helping that holy sites adjacency bonus. So unless we really need to chop them to rush out of wonder, I want to leave those the way they are. Our trusty spearman here is going to continue on his journey. Oh, I got a little bit worried. I just saw the red. I thought it was a barbarian swordsman. I was like, oh, that's going to be a little bit tough, but it looks like it is just from the city-state up here, so that's fine. Let's start moving up towards the north here. I want to keep our troops close together so that we can take advantage of the support bonus, especially considering we're a little bit prehistoric here with a warrior and a spearman. I don't want to run into barbarian swordsmen if I can avoid it. Let's go ahead and lead the way with our scout and see if we can find any barbarians. Again, that's just more of the city-states unit. It looks like we're going to have to go pretty far north if we are going to be lucky enough to find a barbarian. In the meantime, we have one more build with this builder here. Let's go ahead and see how far we get with our... Oh, have we not hit end turn yet? No, we haven't yet. I'm special. Alright, so we have one more builder here. Let's go ahead. Oh, actually, let's do the grassland tile first. That makes more sense, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And it'll be a farming triangle as well. So we'll do it that way. In the meantime, let's head here with our scout. We'll be able to jump into the water next turn. Alright, so we're working on military engineering to get the niter. However, we have not started building an aqueduct, so I think that's what we'll do with this city right here, is immediately place the aqueduct. In fact, we'll even chop some of this stuff around here, seeing as how it's going to get destroyed from the it's going to get destroyed from the volcano anyways, and we'll be building mines and stuff on the stuff that's available. You might as well take advantage of the production before it disappears. If you're enjoying the video so far, do me a favor and take a second to hit the like button. It goes a long way to help a small channel like me get discovered. Better yet, leave a comment on here. Call me an asshole if you want to. Any engagement helps. Anyway, let's get back to what we're here for. Meanwhile, here we're going to go ahead and put this builder to sleep until our borders expand. We're not going to be spending any more of our money to pay for tiles in the immediate future if we can avoid it. However, I'm looking and seeing that dye there is a little bit intriguing. Alright, so let's take a look here. Our settler has made it, so let's go ahead and drop our city. Nice, we got another +3 era score. So this is our 12th city. I believe that's the number that you get that bonus at. Let's count just to be satisfy my curiosity, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we're at 12 on turn 93, so we hit our benchmark. We talked about it in previous episodes. We basically have a benchmark for turn 100, and when you're playing any game other than a domination game, that ideally you want to settle between 8 and preferably closer to 12 cities before turn 100, or as close to it as you can get, and we have satisfied that mark this time around, so we're doing good. We want to get, there's a few more cities we want to get up here. We have this one, another one up here tentatively. There's quite a bit of stuff to chop as well, so excuse me. I think we will go ahead and plant a Parka city up here. It's never going to be a great city, but we can at least get 2 districts out of it, so we're going to go ahead and just plan to have a campus and a theater square. Now, this city, where we have higher hopes for, we still have ambitions to get to Petra, but time will tell. We at least know that we want to get that harbor there, which is going to be air score too. So now that I think of it, we really want to prioritize getting that city up and running. So we're getting close. It was 570 faith. So yeah, we're 2 turns away from having enough faith to buy that settler. So we'll go ahead and do that. In the meantime, here, we already talked about it. We want to get this aqueduct online as soon as we can, so we're going to go ahead and place that now and start working on it immediately, and we're going to go ahead and start chopping stuff out here to get it. So it would be nice. What we'll do is we'll switch back. I think this is it for our builders, because it's going to take a bit for our settler to get over there, and I don't think we have any more there out at the moment. No. So we'll switch out of that serfdom policy for a little bit here. Let's take a quick look at the great people. I just want to keep an eye on this. Okay, we still have quite a ways to go before we have to start saving towards that. And our faith is really going to jump up here in shortly once we get that simultaneum card. As far as settling cities, we have two more up here that we need to get. Well, I suppose we don't need to get. There's really only one important one up towards here where there'll actually be snow for us. when you're exploring, especially with weak units like this, you always want to take one tile at a time in case you see something that you want to run away from. You don't want to be stuck here. So let's keep expanding. Okay, so we're getting close to the snow, so that's good. Let's take a look. And we just want to ideally make the best city we can. So once we explore a little bit more up here, we'll make a more informed decision about where we're going to drop our city in order to target the Amundi, whatever it's called, research station. I always forget the second, out of curiosity, just to satisfy myself. Amundi, it's not Amundi. Amundsen Scott. That's it. Amundsen Scott Research Center. All right. Anywho, let's see here. We finished the holy site. Where? I don't know. We'll deal with that after. Let's harvest this tile here. Let's just confirm that we own it. I'm pretty sure we switched it last year and we did. Okay. Again, measure twice, cut once, right? Hold on, I gotta go let my dog in. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this chop here. I'm really hoping that we get close to 4, at least, hopefully next turn, if at the worst. Ooh. 3 and 123. That is definitely not what we like to see. Alright, so it looks, I was trying to avoid it. Oops, but it looks like we're going to have to chop one of the rainforests here and put that towards their holy site. I guess there could be worse things, but it's looking worse and worse for our hopes of getting the Great Library here. But we do what we have to do, so we'll go ahead and chop this. That'll at least put us at 4 population. We got the holy site. Great. We'll go ahead and drop the campus. We'll also plan to put a theater square here eventually, as long as we can get one of those wonders. I guess worst case we could always put it right there, even if we only get the Oxford. However, it is not looking like we are going to get that great library anytime soon. But you know what? You don't get it if you don't try. We still have 1 tile left with this guy, so oops. We'll head down there. We're planning to buy this settler with faith. However, I think we'll have to put it off for another turn or two. We need to get a builder over here. Our only hope is that we can chop out the campus here with any luck, and with the forest, hopefully that chop will get the campus out, and then that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4 chops of the rainforest to work with. That's not very much, but hopefully it will be enough to get us as close as we can to the Great Library. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen it go yet. So Kabul was defeated, we know all of that. Temple of Artemis is gone. Philip built the Petra. Alright, that's a little bit unfortunate. So this city is less of a priority now. However, I still think that having the stone there and the production makes it decent enough, not to mention the air score for the inherent campus, that it's worthwhile settling it. I don't think that the city will be anything to write home about, mind you, so let's go ahead. We'd probably end up just overwriting these districts and going with a campus, and then eventually, if it grew big enough, a theater square right here. Alright, so let's keep going. Here's where we finished the holy site earlier. Let's go ahead and get them to work on their shrine right away. We're still holding that guy in reserve for when, if ever, we can get Magnus over there. Obviously, my screw up here delayed things a little bit. Let's go ahead and get those turtles on. Now we have built up a little bit of diplomatic favor, so let's go pick Peter's pockets here. And he doesn't have much to pick, but we'll take what he does have. And now we have quite a few different, we have 4 different luxury resources that we can trade. Whether or not people have money is another question. 117. Come on, man, so you're supposed to be rich. He's in better shape. Let's see if he's interested. And no, he's choosing to be thrifty, to put it gently. And nobody's really having a lot of money at the moment. I guess Spain has some. What about Korea? And Korea has a bit too. I don't think that's going to be enough gold for us to really do anything spectacular with. So I think at this point we are just going to keep our luxuries for ourselves in order to keep our citizens happy. Checking our citizen status here, we are all either happy or ecstatic, so that is good. It definitely leads for faster growth and also better production as well. So what we'll do is we're actually going to go ahead and try and make them even happier. Let's go ahead and grab incense from Chandra Group to here. Meanwhile, let's take at least a little bit of his money. Try 85. Okay, so between 75 and 80. 78 is the sweet spot, so we'll take that. Thank you, sir. I didn't happen to notice if there was anybody else who had something that we don't. We have our own furs. We just traded away, so we're not going to trade for another one that we don't need. However, we can trade away our strategic resources here if they're interested. So let's take a look. That's not too bad. Let's try. I think that's at least 50 bucks worth. No, apparently not. Let's try 40. He'll do 40, 45. All right, close enough. Somewhere between 45 and 47. I'm not going to take the time to find out for that 2 gold, although normally I suggest you do so. Here we go. We don't have spices as well, so let's go ahead for 100 gold. Fuck, that's one hell of a deal. Sure, we'll gladly take that, Wilhelmina. Thank you. She's normally such a thrifty you-know-what. And she's interested in our horses, better yet. Let's try not to gift them to her this time like I did with Korea in the other video. So she's interested in these. She's going to give us a good price too. Jeez, you're being considerate today. What changed? Let's try 75. 65. Ugh. Alright. There we go. 53. Sounds good to me. There we go. So let's just double check that there aren't any other resources that we're unaware of. I think we have everything now. Or, oh, not diamonds. Philly. Oh, for 102? Jesus, what's with everybody wanting to stay on my good side today? And then we have coffee already, so we don't need you. Thank you. All right, sounds good. So that puts us, our amenity situation, even better. As you can see here, we have every single one of our cities ecstatic, so that is great. All right, so, oh yeah, we gotta wait for our builder here. Meanwhile, in this city, I guess let's go ahead and we'll get a mine going here. We'll build a pasture on that tile. Oh wait, I don't want to buy any more tiles. Never mind. We'll get a mine going here, and then we'll just head back to over here, and we'll get lumber mills on these forests that we're trying to not chop if we can avoid it. In the meantime, our builder friend over here still does not have any more tiles to work, so we'll just put him to sleep. Unfortunately for us, the scout still hasn't found any barbarians for us. Alright, so nice. We're going to go ahead and take 30 diplomatic favor here. I love when you forward settle enemies. In fact, I do this on purpose quite a bit. Like, especially if I'm a declared friend with a civilization, I will intentionally forward settle them just so that I can get the 30 diplomatic favor. Sure, no problem, Mansa. Thanks, man. Even if we were going to settle him, I would still break it, because breaking that promise is not enough that he won't renew the friendship. Okay, so we got 3 more air score for the commercial hub here. That's nice. We've got military training, so we're going to go ahead and switch out of our policy card here. Now, so we're switching back into charismatic leader, but here we're going to go ahead and put in Gothic architecture, because we are going to hope that one shop is enough in order that the one shop of this woods here is enough in order to get our campus completed and allow us to start chopping towards the Great Library if it hasn't already been gone yet. I haven't seen it go here, so I think it is still available. But you'll have to find out with me the next time. I'm going to put a cut in the video here. I'm trying to keep them shorter nowadays, towards around 45 minutes or so, in order to make it easier for me to edit and easier for you to consume and watch. But if you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit like on the video if you're enjoying it. Better yet, comment down below, say hi, call me an asshole, I don't care. It all helps me get discovered, and as a smaller channel, obviously I need all the help I can get. But just want to say that, and I'll shut up now, so I'll just see you in the next video.